Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a topic that so many of you have been asking for in the comments. And honestly, it's a conversation we really need to have. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, you know my stance. I am generally not a fan of dry kibble. Cats are obligate carnivores, and biologically they thrive on moisture-rich species-appropriate diets. However, I am also a realist. I know that life happens. Between busy work schedules, budget constraints, or simply having a very picky eater, providing a 100% fresh or wet diet isn't always possible for everyone right now. I want this to be a judgment-free zone. If you're here because kibble is what's most convenient for your lifestyle, or because you're in the middle of a long transition, that's okay. Our goal is always better, not just perfect. If you are struggling because your cat refuses to touch wet food, please remember we have specific videos here on the channel to help you transition your cat to wet food, or even a raw cooked natural diet. I'll link those in the cards and description. And for those of you who want to dive deep into the world of fresh feeding, we actually have a comprehensive book on natural nutrition available. It covers everything you need to know to start a raw or cooked lifestyle safely and confidently. You can find the link for that in the description box below. But for today, we are focusing on the lesser of two evils. If you have to feed dry food, let's make sure you're feeding the absolute best versions available on the market, the ones that prioritize actual meat over fillers. Before I give you the names, I want you to understand why these brands made the cut. When we look at premium kibble, we are looking for three main things. 1. High animal protein. The first ingredients should be named animal sources, like chicken or turkey. 2. Low carbohydrate content. Most kibbles are 30 to 50% carbs just to hold the biscuit together. The brands I've chosen try to keep this as low as technologically possible. And 3. No nasty fillers. No corn, no wheat, no soy, and no artificial preservatives like BHA or BHT. I want to reiterate, even though these brands are the best in their category, they shouldn't be the end of the journey. Remember, even the best kibble is still dehydrating. So if you choose these, please ensure your cat has multiple water sources, or consider adding a little bone broth to the bowl. Make sure the bone broth is cat safe. No onions, garlic, or added salt. And even better, give them wet food. If you can replace even just one meal a day with wet or fresh food, that increase in moisture will make a massive difference for your cat's kidney health in the long run. Now, let's get started with the list. Our first recommendation is Dr. Elsie's Clean Protein. This is truly one of the standout options in the dry food world because of its incredibly high protein content. We are talking about percentages ranging from 58% to 62.4%, with the chicken formula being the most protein-dense of them all. What's really impressive and rare is that Dr. Elsie's is one of the few brands that explicitly details their carbohydrate count. Across all their formulas, the carbs stay between a remarkably low 1.82% and 4.93%. For a dry food, those numbers are almost unheard of. If you have a senior cat, this is a fantastic option due to its controlled phosphorus levels. While the salmon recipe reaches 1%, the other formulas sit comfortably between 0.93% and 0.95%. This balance makes it a very supportive choice for aging kidneys. Price-wise, you can find the 2-pound bag for around $19.99 and the 6.6-pound bag for $57.99. Because it is so low in starch, it's an excellent choice for diabetic cats who need to keep their glucose levels stable. However, a quick word of advice: cats absolutely love the taste of this. So, they tend to inhale it. We highly recommend using a slow feeder to prevent them from devouring the whole bowl in seconds. Now, if you've seen our other videos, you know we generally recommend staying away from fish as a primary protein source. Because of the links to hyperthyroidism and heavy metals, we suggest you skip the salmon formula and stick to the chicken or turkey. The reason this food has so much protein is that it completely omits unnecessary fruits and vegetables that cats don't need. Instead, it focuses on a very short, clean ingredient list: chicken, hydrated pork, pork plasma, chicken fat, and flaxseed for fiber, with the rest being essential vitamins and minerals. It's a high-performance food that delivers results. Owners frequently report that after switching to Dr. Elsie's cats, show significantly improved muscle tone, a much shinier coat. And this is a big one: smaller, less smelly litter box deposits, because the body is actually absorbing most of the nutrients instead of passing through as waste. It's also known for being very easy on the stomach, making it a go-to for cats with sensitive digestion. As you can see, even though it's a clean kibble, it still lacks that fresh biological moisture. If you like the quality of these ingredients, you will love the results of a fresh biological diet. Our natural nutrition book in the description will teach you exactly how to provide that same high-protein, low-carb profile using fresh whole foods. But if you need to stick with dry for now, Dr. Elsie's is a top-tier choice. You can find the link to purchase it in the description box. Now, let's move on to our next recommendation: Origin. Origin is another very strong contender in the dry food space, especially for owners who want a biologically appropriate kibble that stays closer to a cat's natural diet. While it doesn't reach the extreme protein levels of Dr. Elsie's, it still delivers an impressive around 40% protein, which is significantly higher than most mainstream brands that barely reach 30%. This protein level is far more appropriate for an obligate carnivore like a cat and helps support lean muscle mass, energy levels, and overall metabolic health. One important detail to highlight is Origin's phosphorus content, which generally falls between 1.0 and 1.2%, depending on the formula. Because of this, Origin is best suited for healthy adult cats, seniors, and all life stages, but it would not be ideal for cats already diagnosed with kidney disease. Origin offers a wide range of formulas. This makes it easier to stay within the same brand while adjusting nutritional needs as your cat ages. Ingredient quality is where Origin truly stands out. Their recipes rely heavily on animal-based proteins such as chicken, turkey, duck, boar, fish, and nutrient-dense organs like liver and heart. These ingredients are included in fresh or raw form before processing, which helps preserve amino acids and improves overall digestibility. Another strong point is sourcing. Origin uses free-run chicken and turkey, as well as wild-caught fish, which reflect higher animal welfare standards and generally better nutrient profiles compared to conventional farming. You can also notice that cats do exceptionally well on Origin. Commonly observed results include improved coat shine, stronger muscle tone, increased satiety, and better stool quality. Because the food is more nutrient-dense, cats often eat smaller portions while staying satisfied, which can help with weight management. Digestive tolerance is another area where Origin performs well. The high meat inclusion and minimal reliance on fillers often result in less gas, fewer digestive upsets, and more consistent litter box habits when compared to lower-quality kibbles. In terms of pricing, Origin sits firmly in the premium category. 4-pound bags typically range from $32.99 to $47.99. 6-pound bags usually fall between $50.99 and $53.99. 12-pound bags range from $74.99 to $81.99. While the upfront cost is higher, many owners find that the improved health, reduced feeding volume, and visible results justify the price. That said, just like with any dry food, Origin still lacks biological moisture, which is something cats are naturally designed to get from prey. Even the best kibble cannot fully replicate a fresh species-appropriate diet. If you're feeding Origin, pairing it with added hydration or high-quality wet food can make a significant difference, especially for urinary and kidney health. Overall, Origin is an excellent option if you're looking for a high-protein, meat-focused dry food made with premium ingredients. It's not the lowest carb kibble on the market, and it's not suitable for cats with kidney disease. But for healthy cats, it delivers consistent, visible results and aligns far better with feline biology than most commercial options. Let's continue with a brand widely known for its wet foods, Tiki Cat. The Born Carnivore dry line deserves serious attention, especially the high-protein formulas. While not every recipe in this line exceeds 40% protein, several key formulas absolutely do, making them a strong option for cat owners who want a more carnivore-appropriate kibble. Starting with the Tiki Cat Born Carnivore high-protein line, these formulas reach around 43% protein, which is excellent for maintaining lean muscle mass, metabolic health, and satiety. This puts Tiki Cat well above average in the dry food category and far ahead of most mainstream brands. For senior cats, Tiki Cat offers the Born Carnivore Silver line, which is especially well formulated. It provides about 40% protein while keeping phosphorus at approximately 0.8%, which is a very supportive level for aging cats who do not yet have CKD but benefit from gentler mineral balance. This makes it one of the better, senior-friendly dry options on the market. For kittens, Tiki Cat Born Carnivore Baby Formula delivers around 42% protein. This is exactly what growing kittens need. Kittens are in a rapid growth phase and require larger amounts of food and significantly higher protein intake to support proper bone development, muscle growth, immune function, and neurological development. This formula is energy-dense and well-suited for that critical stage of life. Ingredient quality is another strong point. These recipes rely primarily on deboned chicken, chicken meal, dehydrated chicken, and dried egg product, all of which are highly bioavailable animal proteins. Eggs, in particular, are an excellent source of amino acids and are extremely digestible for cats. The formulas also include fiber and targeted supplements to ensure the food is complete and balanced rather than relying on synthetic fillers alone. Now, it's important to address the downsides. Honestly, Tiki Cat's dry formulas do include chickpeas, lentils, peas, and tapioca. These ingredients are mainly used to create kibble structure and binding. While they are not biologically necessary for an obligate carnivore, they are still a better choice than more problematic fillers like rice, corn, wheat, or other cereals commonly used in lower-quality dry food. In short, they're not ideal, but they're a compromise ingredient rather than a red flag. In real-world feeding, cats fed Tiki Cat-born carnivore dry foods often show excellent palatability, meaning picky eaters tend to accept it very easily. Many cats maintain strong muscle tone, steady energy levels, glossy coats, and the food is generally well tolerated even with cats with sensitive digestion. Because it's higher protein density, cats often feel full on smaller portions, which helps prevent overeating. Cat parents also frequently notice improved stool quality and reduced litter box odor, a sign that more nutrients are being absorbed instead of passing as waste. The inclusion of egg protein and high-quality poultry seems to play a role in this improved digestibility. Pricing is relatively reasonable for the quality offered. 2.88-pound bags range from $23.99 to $24.69. 5.6-pound bags typically fall between $39.89 and $41.99. 11.1-pound bags are usually around $49.99. This positions Tiki Cat as a high-protein premium dry food that remains more accessible than some ultra-expensive brands. Our recommendation within this brand is very specific. We strongly suggest the high-protein deboned chicken and egg recipe, as well as the senior silver and kitten baby formulas. We recommend avoiding the other recipes that rely heavily on fish as a primary protein source and the others do not offer the same quantity of protein as the recommended. You can find the link to purchase it in the description box. And finally, we're closing this list with a very respected name in the premium nutrition space, Farmina ND. Farmina offers a wide variety of dry foods, but it's important to be selective. The lines we recommend are N&D Prime and ND Pumpkin, as these formulas stay much closer to a biologically appropriate diet for cats. One of Farmina's strongest claims, and one that actually shows up in their formulations, is that approximately 96 to 98% of the protein content comes from animal sources. That's a critical distinction because many brands inflate protein numbers using plant-based proteins. Pharma focuses primarily on meat, organs, and eggs, which better match a cat's natural nutritional needs. The Prime line includes several standout recipes: chicken and pomegranate neutered with 46% protein, chicken and pomegranate adult at 44% protein, boar and apple with 44% protein, lamb and blueberry adult at 42% protein. From the pumpkin line, the recommended options are quail and pomegranate adult with 44% protein, duck and cantaloupe adult at 44% protein, venison and apple adult with 42% protein. These formulas are built around high-quality animal ingredients such as fresh and dehydrated chicken, quail, duck, venison, lamb, wild boar, whole eggs, and animal fats paired with functional ingredients like pumpkin, pomegranate, apple, blueberry, spinach, psyllium husk, inulin, and fructosaccharides. Together, these support digestion, gut health, and antioxidant balance while keeping the focus on animal nutrition rather than fillers. In real-world feeding, these foods tend to deliver excellent palatability even for picky cats. Cats commonly maintain strong muscle mass, stable energy levels, glossy coats, and consistent digestion. Because the protein is primarily animal-based, many cats also produce smaller, firmer stools with less odor, which is often a sign of better nutrient absorption. Another noticeable benefit is satiety. These foods are nutrient-dense, meaning cats often feel satisfied with smaller portions, which helps prevent overeating and supports healthy weight maintenance, especially in neutered adult cats. Pricing reflects the quality. 3.3-pound bags typically range from $32.99 to $34.99. 11-pound bags usually fall between $79.99 and $89.99. While Farmina sits at the higher end of the price spectrum, the ingredient integrity, protein quality, and consistency of results make it a solid option for cat owners who want premium nutrition in dry form. As you've seen throughout this list, not all dry foods are created equal. While dry food will never fully replace a moisture-rich, fresh, or wet diet, some kibbles are clearly far superior to others. Brands like Dr. LC's Origin, Tiki Cat, and Farmina N&D stand out because they prioritize animal-based protein, controlled carbohydrates, better digestibility, and real nutritional outcomes, not marketing buzzwords. If you must feed dry food, choosing one of these options will give your cat higher quality protein, better muscle maintenance, improved coat and skin health, more stable digestion, less waste, and better nutrient absorption. And remember, whenever possible, pairing dry food with hydration and wet or fresh food will dramatically improve long-term health outcomes. If you'd like to try any of these brands for your cat, I've placed the links to all of them in the description box and the first pinned comment below for easy access. If you want to take this even further, our natural nutrition guide linked below explains how to recreate this same high-protein, low-carb profile with fresh species-appropriate foods at home. Thank you for caring enough to learn the truth about your cat's dry food and their health. If you have questions about these brands, leave them in the comments below. Subscribe for more practical cat nutrition tips and give your kitty a gentle scratch behind the ears for me. See you in the next video.